Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Wow, So, let's talk about Nell and Julian. Because as much as I like Julian, I just like, right now he's coming across as a moron. And let me explain why. So Nell still has this crazy plan of kidnapping Wiley and running away, and she's like, Julian, you're gonna do what I say, or else I'm gonna sit there and tell Sonny. What do you think is gonna happen when what do you think is gonna happen when Sonny finds out that you're doing this? Like, I feel like at this point it's better for Julian to just come clean and just, take whatever is going to happen to him, as opposed to going along with this idiotic plan. Because now you're involving a child's life. You're involving Sonny's grandchild. You're involving Michael's child. What do you think is going to happen if you get caught then? This whole thing about blackmailing Julian and doing this stuff, like, at this point, I'm like, alright, now this is just dumb. You should just tell. So anyway, Julian decides to do it, and, now listening, they call him on the phone, and it's like, oh, well, you can go to the Quartermain's house, it's just going to be Monica there, she'll be alone, it's just easy in, easy out, and I'm sitting there thinking, alright, I know the folly of trying to put logic in a soap opera. With that being said, what the hell is going on? Because the reason why I sit there and say it is like, is the Quartermains like the cheapest, richest family in that town? Like, no security whatsoever. I literally, this guy just walks right on in and nothing. No alarm system, no, like, I understand that for this scene to work, this is how it has to be, but it just was like, wait a minute, he just walked on in and that was it? It was just that simple? So I felt that whole scene just like ridiculous at that point. Plus at this point, now you're aiding, now you're kidnapping and you're assaulting people. He literally chloroforms, Monica, and I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? At this point, it would have been better if you would have just let your sister handle, Nell, because according to Julian, no, I got this. No, sure, you totally got this. You're at this point, you're kidnapping. Yeah, no, I can totally see you got this. Let's shift over and let's go with Nicholas and Liz, Franco, and Ava, because first of all, at this point, I'm just done with Liz's character. I really am. Just everything about her at this point is just kind of annoying me. So Nicholas decides, you know what? Listen, I'm gonna do a scholarship in her name. He announces that, and honestly, to tell you the truth, I was like, that's pretty cool. Of course, Franco gets upset, and they're about to sit there and come to blows. And, Liz's like, oh, well, I'm thanking you. I know that he's, just being, all stupid or whatever, but I thank you. And I'm like, wow, Liz. Wow, just, wow. Now, I get, one second. I get in hindsight that no matter what his reasons is for what he's doing, as far as Nicholas is concerned, giving that money to a scholarship for somebody to be a nursing student and stuff like that, that's amazing in itself. So for that reason, I can understand why she's like, yo, what are you doing? Like, this is a good thing. And also, her defense, probably, him just coming across as, like, super jealous and stuff like that, him being like, oh, this is my wife, like, this is my property. So I get, what I'm saying? Like, I get her reaction, but I'm also just like, so you clearly can't see that he's doing this to make him jealous. And also, every time that Ava's together with Franco, she's constantly sitting there rolling her eyes. But yet she wants to sit there and come at Franco like, oh, you're acting all jealous and dumb and everything like that. Like, yo, you are such a hypocrite. So there was this. I gotta sit there and say I really love Valentine. So Michael and Willow passed them by, whatever, and they started talking and stuff. And Willow is like, oh, if you would have just came as a friend, to the to ELQ, things might have been different. Valentine's like, alright, listen, I got respect for you as a teacher, but, stay in your lane. And I'm not gonna lie, when he said that, I was like, damn. I also was kind of surprised that Michael just, saw that and didn't really actually do anything, didn't say anything really too much, was just like, alright, so you just made a short remark to my wife, and at best, my friend, and I'm just gonna stand there like, yeah, well, war is war, and it's coming for you. Good job, Michael. Way to sit there and defend her. Not that he needs to defend her, but still, even a reaction, just as a reflex. But, okay, whatever. Valentines sung a song that I fast forward through. Because I'm not going to sit there and get into my reasons for... At this point, I think everyone knows. And if you don't know, I don't like the nurses' balls, and I don't like, I just find them just to be kind of a waste of time and just pulls away from the main story. So, yeah. But anyway, so he sung the song like he did the last time, and of course, it gets under Nina's skin. At this point, I don't know what the hell Nina is kind of doing to some extent. I mean, I feel like at this point that she's using Jax to get over Valentine. And, I don't know. I'm not, now that I sit there and think about it, I'm kind of surprised that Jax just doesn't see that. But, okay, whatever. Honestly, to tell you the truth, throughout the rest of this whole episode, it's just, well, a lot of nothing. Oh, also, before I go, 1 second. Yeah, I'm pausing that because I keep blowing my nose, and that's just not something that I don't think anyone wants to see, and I don't want to see it, so that's why I'm doing that. But before I go, let's talk about Brooklyn and Nell. Because there's a scene where I'm just like, of course this is going to go this way. So, instead of Brooklyn doing what anyone would do, which was probably call the cops, call someone, and then sit there and try to confront her. Or, hey, better yet, how about we just, get the element of surprise? Nah, we're not going to do that. We're going to sit there and go in there and start talking about how, hey, I got you red-handed, you're busted, you're going to jail now. I just stood there and was like... And I almost don't even want to blame Brooklyn's character. I just want to blame the writers for writing a scene that dumb. But anyway, long story short, so after Nell knocks the phone out of her hand because she decides to call Michael instead of looking at the person that can grab God knows whatever is in that room, she's like, alright, well, I'm going to walk away, and then Nell was like, oh, hey, listen, I'm sorry, just give me another chance. So what does Brooklyn does? And I feel like I need to sit there and talk about this scene for scene because just the stupidity in this is just, it's amazing. So anyway, she starts to walk back up, and then, Nell has some scissors or whatever behind her, behind her back. And then she cuts her. And that pretty much ends that. And I'm just like, you know what? I want to feel bad for her. And in some ways I do, because she did try to actually do the right thing. But I'm also just like, that was really stupid. I get that they sometimes have to write stuff a certain way for a story to go or the plot to advance, but it's like, with a lot of shows, sometimes I feel like not sometimes, that they write the character to do something stupid. Something that defies common sense and logic for the sake of advancing the plot. And that's exactly what I felt like they were doing today. Also, again, and I know I'm repeating myself, no security. Anybody could just walk in at any point in time. I don't understand that. But I understand the fact that they do stuff a certain way to advance the plot. Anyway, I think this is actually going to be about it. I want to quickly... So this is actually going to be it for the review. But I kind of wanted to touch on some stuff, or I guess piggyback on some stuff that I was that I heard from Rock TV when he was doing his review yesterday. Because I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't sleep because apparently I got sick or a cold or something like that, so it prevented me from sleeping. So anyway, I watched this review, and well, he always does his reviews spot on. With that being said, there are some things that I kind of want to, like, I guess not address, but like, so he talks about, what he was saying. He was like, well, you know, everyone was upset, you know, including myself, at the press conference that Jordan gave. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I understood why everyone else in the show was upset with Jordan. But as us as viewers, I'm just like, well, we all know what was going to happen if Jordan didn't play along. So I really didn't understood why he was upset with her. And also, he made a really valid point with Cyrus. Because here's the thing. If Jordan's plan works, let's just sit there and say her plan works and she busts him or whatever, and he gets sent to prison. Well, he was already in prison, and he nearly killed Sonny's family. He's controlling stuff from in prison. I don't think that, you know, just, I don't know, maybe sending him just in regular jail or whatever is going to work. I don't know if even sending him to jail is going to work, unless it has to be some sort of place where they just lock him in a hole and they just, like, feed him, like, twice a day or whatever, and he gets, like, no visitors. Because other than that, it doesn't matter if you put him in jail or not, he's still always going to be a threat. So, you know, he was like, you know, I think they should let, you know, Brock was like, I think they should let, you know, Taggart, you know, just kill him, just be done with it. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, that's not a viable plan. Because the whole idea of you going undercover and everything like that, and hopefully Jordan catching this guy so that way you could be reunited with your daughter again. But if you kill him, that's you're just going to be on the run, and that defeats the purpose of why you're staying away in the first place. But I think of option number 3, and it's just to let Jason put a bullet in his head and just keep it moving. I feel like that's really going to happen because I don't see any other way of how to deal with Cyrus, like, at all. But I don't know. Like I said, he made a really good valid point. And I kind of want to piggyback on that because I was watching this review yesterday, and I mean, it was a good review, and I was going to write it, but I was like, you know what, let me just kind of give my quick thoughts on yesterday's episode, and also, I didn't really think of some of that stuff, so, dude was always spot on, so, you know, big ups to him. So anyway, that's actually going to do it for this review. Thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. Be safe, and I will catch you in the next review.